This probably goes against like every financial advisor-esque thing in my bones, but it's the reality, and I just feel like it's something that I should share. When I was younger, I wasn't married and I didn't have kids, I would force myself into situations that would require me to increase my income. I would spend or invest in things that were probably just a little bit out over my skis. For me, at that time in my life, one, it was a motivator. I knew that I had to make the money, I had to increase my income, so it forced me to be sharp. Two, I was in a position where I had control over how quickly my income increased to some extent. I wasn't a salaried employee, I wasn't paid by the hour, I didn't have to ask a boss for a raise. Today, I would never do that. My life is different, my risk tolerance is different. In my early 20s, I would buy cars that were too expensive for me because I wanted the cars, and then I would force myself to increase my income because I knew this car has to fall under a certain percentage. This needs to be single-digit percentage portion of my income. I got to make X amount more dollars this year to make sure that this purchase makes sense. God willing, every single time I was able to do it. And I bought my first piece of real estate. It was like, this is probably a little out of my comfort zone, but now I got to make more money. And it was a huge, huge motivator. And I've talked to a lot of business people and business owners who they also admittedly live by that principle. This is not sound financial advice, right? SOS. This is not sound financial advice, but it is real. What I would take away from that is self-awareness. Understanding the scenario and the control you have over your ability to create income and how your personality works as it relates to achieving financial goals, specifically increasing your net worth. I was a competitive personality type. I was a high risk taker, and I had somewhat or almost complete control over how much money I made based on the growth of my business and my practice. I took those risks in order to achieve higher levels of net worth and just a higher lifestyle. If you are the type of person who can be motivated by that type of stress and or pressure, again, that all changed for me in the last 8-9 years. Marriage, children, other responsibilities. I would never do that today, ever. And I would never advise anybody to do that as a financial professional. But in the effort of transparency, that was one of the tactics I used in that line item there, how to increase your income.